Hi everyone. Today we'll take up a sixth chapter. Why will the human body age? Seventh chapter will take up chi power, the prana. Sixth chapter of my book, The Secret of Longevity Revealed. Now the whole world understands that the boy after the born grows to a certain age. After that, they slowly ages. That's what the youth age, the young age and the adult age. So they classified into many medical terms. But I'll tell you exactly how it functions, The healthy body, if you are living from the childhood to the adulthood, the difference is now generally, according to the medical science, this says 25 or 25, 26. After that, it diminishes all your internal and external power and it ages faster and they say. But I'll tell you, if you exercise internally and externally body, if you strengthen it, the age cannot be visible. Even 40 years also you look 20, 25. Even for 80 years you grow also, you look only 50, 55, something like that. So it only depends on what you eat, what you exercise, how you behave, all those things calculates in that. Age, human body generally it ages. But it appears when you are not actively participate in various physical activities, internal cleaning systems and good food if you are not taking it. So that's ages. That I have written various variant knowledge in that book. So what is the age, ultimate age? If you compare it, I was repeatedly telling even every chapter that one can live for 1,000 years. So a man is 80 years or 90 years or 100 years, so say aging? Yeah, aging. But even 100 years, 100 plus, 200, 300, 400, all aging only. Why? There's a question mark is, as long as you are living it, you have to maintain that without defuncting it. Because we are not understanding what human mind, human body, the functioning system, totally all the medical science till now, they understand only 10% of the medical science, human body. You can see, I'm telling you, it is not easy truth. But they say that everything they know it, functions, defunctions, but how to rehabilitate? Only medically. But what I'm saying is the age, natural age, how we have to treat the body. Think of ancient body, how they used to live it, how they used to eat, all those things calculated age, People who are very, very stressful, even 20 years also he looks very aged. So these all are present society and civilized feelings and all makes a person age look high age. So that's why most human beings should always see that anti-aging creams have come. Anti-aging exercise also there, but how many people are doing anti-aging? All these fruits and nature's given the herbal things and all. If you start eating it, you are always anti-age it. It means you never look to the age. Look to the age only when you are not active. So that's what most you might have seen it. That person looks younger than their age and all. So it happens only because he maintains it. Maintains the good food, maintains his society problems and all systematically. So that's what I always insist people to concentrate on their body, So natural age is from childhood to 25 to 25 years, you grow. And after that it diminishes, I said. If you are doing exercises, even 30, 35, 40 also it increases. I tested myself, several I think people say that at 40 years you are become veteran, you 50 years you become again master level, then 60, So they classify in the sports categories and all. So they said in 60 you cannot do the speed and all, 40 you cannot do that speed, 50, then they classify into it. But I have studied it and I have gone through all the internal exercises and external exercises, all those combinedly work it out with breathing exercise, sounds and all. Then I never look to the age and I never, this power will diminish, this age we cannot do these activities. So that is wrong. So most I have checked. Myself example, I have done a Guinness World Record, speedest kick, 171 kicks I have done it. So till now nobody broke it. Doesn't mean that people are not practicing it. They are practicing it. So only thing is you need to know this ancient method of strengthening inner and outer body. So once you know that, then easily you can able to grasp that. You never look to the age. All the functions of the body, from the eyes to your legs, toes. So everything will be very, very stronger. So thinking also stronger, and way of any activities of the muscle activities, any sports activities, you will be most powerful. When you strengthen it, then you never look to the age. That is one basic point. And second thing is you always have a very powerful, externally, internally also. Well-being is that feeling you will get it. Once you get that well-being feeling, that then age cannot be visible. So I have always explained to my most of the students, aged people, 60s, 70s, 80s, they learn under me so many breathing exercises, sounds, and all those things. So that is why you need to understand this. My sincere advice is, if you doesn't want to age it, but do exercise internally, externally, and meditations, all those things are the more important. Not externally, a lot of creams, there are cosmetic things available, and put all the paints over the face and you look young and all. So I'm talking about internal. You never look to the age when you are exercising internally, externally, stronger. Then you become always young. There is a word I read several times, ever aging, never old. So you are ever aging because you are fit enough. Your well-being makes you so fit, you never look to the age. So that's what the present world is now, must concentrate. Otherwise, the diseases are which are the areas are entering into your body. So that is why take care of your food, take care of your exercises, take care of your all organs and muscle systems and neurological systems, everything. If you take care of it, I think you will fit enough that never makes you look to the age. So that is my sincere advice. Second part is, 7th chapter is chi power, the prana. Always says that chi power is nothing but, Chinese called chi, and Japanese called ki, and Indian called prana. Prana is one pranayama. Pranayama, how you breathe in, there in yoga, there are so many methods of pranayama is there. So breathing exercise also changes your skin, changes your blood system, all impurities, carbon dioxide from the blood will eliminate. That's what fresh air is most important. That's why go to the park, fresh air in the mornings. If you don't have that provision, then go to terrace, or a fully ventilated house where you can do a breathing exercise, 30 minutes, maybe at least 20 minutes, refresh yourself, So this is the most important. So with this, breathing exercises, organs get, especially lungs, has more immunity stronger and strengthen also. I have martial arts exercises. We breathe in and control, and we run, we do some activities, we do kicks, we do punches with breath control and all. So that is also one of the chi power exercise which we used to teach the students. So that also helps you to make yourself strength. So all the stretching exercises, whenever the pains comes in the stretching exercises, the breathing will solve it. So that's why whenever you feel pain, when you are stretching it, you breathe in and out, so that it solves. Even for extraordinary sports activities or anything you do, running and you play any games and all, breathing, deep breathing and breathe out will make you relief to the internal. What is the method where body get cool? Only with a breathing exercise. That's what deep breathing exercise has to be done regularly. So that is the most important. Chi power, especially we have it. Chi power we used to do it holding the one left hand to the right ear and right hand to the left ear. In my book I mentioned it, the chi power exercise, and two hands, left hand over the right hand, closing the ears and concentrating, closing eyes and concentrating only on the breathing exercise. Breathing, even pranayama also, once you close your right nostril and left nostril, you are taking out slowly, again open the right nostril and left nostrils, you close it and take it out. All these systems are slowly breathing, so you have to do it, slowly breathing and breathing out. So organs, every organ, every cell, in the billions of cells, each and one breath, that all oxygen passes to each and every cell and carbon dioxide take it out. This is the only way monitors by the lungs. So that is why lungs has to be strengthened. That's why physical activities should be done. Breathing exercise will help you to strengthen your organs. But if you are doing a rigorous exercise or stretching or any heavy exercise, also breathing is required. So breathing has the mystery of the body. So that is why we always advise breathing exercise. Of course, anything, deep breathing is very good, Simple breathing, breathe in, slowly breathe out. Sometimes now Chinese and Japanese and Koreans, what they do is breathe in with nose, breathe out with mouth. Or Indians say pranayama, we do it, right nose will close it and left nose will take it out, and again left nose will be taken in and take it out right nostril. So this is a simple pranayama, they do it in 1:1, 1:2, 1:4, like slowly breathe in, if you take it example of a 10 second and breathe in, breathe out 20 seconds, like that, 1:1. So 1:4 means 10 seconds means 40 seconds. So that way, so they is to control. The organs also get control, lungs also, we strengthen it. So this is the way how every sports activities, breathing exercises, yoga, breathing exercises, or chi power, all are relatively helps you to, strengthen it. For even most the sleepless nights, people who don't sleep in the night, you don't get a sleep in the night, breathing exercise, if they do for 10 minutes to 15 minutes, they get a deep breath. But particular chi power, that will also, in my book I mentioned chi power exercises, breathing exercise, that will really helps your each and every cell, especially lungs, from the lungs to start to all the organs, then brain cells, neuro cells, everything will get cleaned up. Then after that you will have a good sleep. That's what I have experienced with several occasions. I also taught many people the breathing in the night before sleep. You have to do breathing exercise, not in the morning. For especially people who can't get a sleep in the night. So that's one of the best exercise for that, There are so many people, you see in the internet, they will talk about so many things about sleep and neurologically, this, that, all of these things. That's all a different thing, But basically, I have solved several hundreds of people, thousands of people, only because the breathing exercise, simple. Pranayama also you can do it, and chi power also. In the night before getting sleep, you should not be full with the stomach. At least 1 hour gap should be there after eating food. You see the difference, I am telling you. Lot of difference, I have, I learned several hundreds of methods of breathing exercise, breathing control exercise, So various other people in the countries, they do different types of breathing. All are, ultimately the bottom line is your breath control is the most important. Breathe in, slowly breathe out, whether the mouth or nose. But control should be very, that should be not more than 4 in a minute. Breathe in, breathe out, like that, that is one respiration, 4 times in a minute. If you are able to do it, then you are controlled internal organs very stronger. So some people do it 6 times, but not more than 6 times, Then you have to check in the medical, laboratories about your problems. Because if it is more than 6, then you need to check, slowly improves it. Suppose if it is say more than 6, then slowly reduces. Even if you do it, you don't go to the medical, you can do it and strengthen also, So 8, 9, if it is coming to 10, breathe in, breathe out, 10 respiration is coming in a minute. So then slowly every day if you do it, practicing, the one it will come to 6. Then in another month, it will come to 5. So like that slowly reduces to 4 will be the maximum which we are able to, which you are able to, strengthen. We always, insist my martial students do breathing exercise, Breathe in, breathe, punches they do it, kicks they do it. When they hit on any pad or any person, they breathe out, And we have a sound also, we do it in a kiai, a sound when we hit somebody, So kiai is nothing but the sound, with the breathe out we do it, So that's what the energy we get it. So I mentioned all those things in my book, that is, Secret of Longevity book. So these all the, chapters. Every chapter is a unique chapter. Every chapter has the fully studied various breathing exercises. There are so many breathing exercise organizations are there. Oxygen therapy is there. Oxygen therapy is nothing you're taking in. Pure oxygen you have to take in. That's all, simply. But whereas here is you're strengthening it, you're strengthening it. So that is why you need to exercise, breathing exercise every day. You need to do it. Then only you are able to, control your body, psychically and physiologically. So I have experiences in several occasions, So you see, I'll tell you one example, incident. It happens. If any accident take place anywhere on the road, person are lacking oxygen. If he is unable to breathe, so if the ambulance and if any facilities are there to give oxygen to that accidented man or woman, he is going to leave it. I leave it. So how? The oxygen only lacks because he can't breathe it. Because once the accidents take place, so blood flows. So whatever the injuries happens, so he cannot breathe, So that is why most of the accidents, they die without oxygen. For that, oxygen plays a big role, If he has a capacity, a lungs capacity, then he can breathe it. Even several accidents in America, it happens to me also. I was in a car, the car becomes half. I've survived. I was in ICU for 15 days, I came out. So it happens because it is my strength and internal organs are strength and, so lungs capacity is more, so I'm able to survive. So all these things I'm telling you, so many injuries. I can't explain to you in this episode, but I'm telling you. So it's happened because only I am internally, strength I have. So that is why I'm able to survive. So several occasions happened in me, So I'm able to, cope up with all these injuries only because of lungs capacity. So that is why even now the new virus have come. Only lungs, it affects it. Previously, lungs means only TB. People say that TB means lungs problem. So now TB is easily solvable. Now this virus, COVID, has killed so many lakhs of people worldwide. So that is why oxygen is the pure oxygen is more important. Immune system only happens through your lungs. So lungs means you need to have a fresh air in and out several times, several hundred times you have to do it. Various other yogas also, they are also doing it, this breathing exercise. So Kapalabhati, they teach in this thing. And here I know and mentioned in my book, Chi Power. So that exercise is also most, I've studied a lot because that exercise is being practiced most of the secret inner circle of martial art, So that I revealed that one, That particularly generally they don't teach in, any martial art schools. Only few specific high-level professions, institutes only they teach. So I learned from that particular institute and, I am teaching people around wherever I get a chance to teach them, Chi Power exercise, the prana, I say. So you also start doing it. It's not that one should be a martial artist, So the body becomes lighter, the inner organs becomes very light and you feel so comfortable. That well-being feelings with the breathing exercise you will get it, So that is the only way. That too, you should be open air and the fresh air, the trees around it was so much more. Minimum 4 or 5 variant trees should be there, varieties of trees, That will give you, it will take carbon dioxide and gives you oxygen, fresh oxygen it gives, So that's why you need to practice, more important. So if you compare in the whole world, so for meditation also, before the meditation they do breathing exercise. In the worldwide, you see specifically Japan, Korea and China as a specific breathing exercise they do it. But worldwide they are doing it, breathing exercise, slow breathing out, and the Tai Chi is also, Thailand they do it, and prana healing, Thailand people does it, Taiwan and Chinese people, they do slowly breathing with the body movements. Breathe in, breathe out. Acupressure, you see, the moment they do it, hand movements, they tighten it, the particular muscle tighten, no? The breathing slowly, that this particular point is connected to the internal organ. Some kidney, some are connected to the lungs, some are connected to the heart, some are connected to the stomach. So all these nerve points are tense it, they tense it. So they tense it, then they do movement accordingly with the breathing exercises. They move forward, they do all this side, that side, all those movements with the breathing exercise. That's called Tai Chi. Qigong exercise also they do it, slowly breathing exercise. I mentioned Golden 8 and I mentioned Diamond, all those things I mentioned in the book. So that's all for various organs. Blood cleaning, nervous system cleaning, organ strengthening, all various type of rehabilitation. First stage of second stage of cancer cells, it will burn off, or deficiencies, blockage will get relief. All lot more things are there. I have mentioned, if you read that book, it mentioned each and every exercise has a different science, a different inner development, inner organ development, So that is why each and every organs have a different sounds. You see, now heart sound is different, lung sound is different. So all these things are mentioned with the sound, with the breathing exercise. Breathe in and the words come. So that is why the chi power is most powerful. People can move the object without touching it. So that's the power is increased. The breath control is so united. All organs also unitedly they move the object without touching it. There are grandmasters who have seen it with the power of their chi power. They do move the object without touching it. So I have seen physically, So such a tremendously, because their organs are very, very stronger. So they can move the object with that, With the brain they use it, but the organs are unitedly supports the neuro. So that's what, I have checked. That's why all the problems of the world, if you compare, breathing can heal, breathing exercise can heal so many things, not physiologically, psychologically also. You have tensions, stress, headache. I have solved almost all age people from 20 to 70 years. They are facing headache problems and stress problems. So breathing exercise, I used to tell them 5 minutes, I used to tell them morning 5 minutes, evening 5 minutes. Depends on the disease, I used to tell them. Headache from last 20 years, 10 years, 15 years, they used to tell me. Then I used to tell them 15 minutes morning, 15 minutes evening, half an hour I used to tell them. Then I add a chi power also. Chi power breathing exercise also mentioned in the book. So that also I used to tell them. Morning and evening I used to tell them. Because depends on their disease, their chronic disease. Acute means if it is a elementary level, maybe 1 year or 2 years. Maybe chronic means some years together it is there. So we have to remove that one. We need to do a serious. So morning and evening workout should be there, So you cannot give 24 hours relief. Once you do it, then 24 hours, it cannot. Because in the between itself, whatever you have done it will vanish it. So that is why the disease will dominate whatever you are doing. So that is why we need to spend the time for that if it is a chronic. So any serious elements, there is problems in this thing. So for that, basically breathing is important. You have seen hospitals. Once you are joined in the ICU, first thing what they do it, they put oxygen. Because oxygen is a basic things for a person to live, function. So that is why oxygen is more important. So we always insist that oxygen is the most important. So when when in the hospitals also starting using it oxygen, because you cannot breathe properly. So the breathing is required. Oxygen is required for the body to function. Even though blood is there, blood flow circulation, everything is there. But oxygen they put it because you become weaker. Even the accident case or any disease or any problem, your oxygen, lacking of oxygen for the organs in the body. So that is why they put oxygen. So that is why once you are really fit enough, why not you can practice every day breathing exercise. See, every meditation, before meditation, breathing exercise is a must. All your meditation centers, you see it, they do meditation, breathing exercises. All our martial arts, you see it, breathing exercise. Except other sports. Other sports, they don't have any breathing exercise. But they also must do it. Then they cannot come across this all disease problem. So most of the people who highly proficient, icon people, sports achievers, so they face various problems. So because of this oxygen. So that is why I insist people to concentrate on chi power and breathing exercise, which I mentioned it. All my exercises from starting to the ending, you see that book, whole lot with the breathing exercise only is there. So all our asanas you say, all our exercise you say, but all our chi power is specifically there is a breathing exercise with a particular posture you have to do it. But apart from that, all the exercises which you mentioned with the breathing exercise only is there. Because breathing is the base for all your organs, all your diseases, all your strengthening of your internal body and mind also. Neurologically, even neuro cells also get activated when you do a proper breathing exercise, breath control and relaxing is also breathing exercise, So that's what, all the sportsmen in the world, you see, when they do an extraordinary level of doing activities, after that they do deep breathings because they need fresh oxygen to rehabilitate all your exhaustion. So that's the thing. So thank you so much. Next chapter, the 8th chapter, the life of human beings.